This is not the video or live stream or replay for you if you are impatient, if you can't use the timestamp. I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I just want to put that out. I know we live in this world where we got to get these quick dopamine hits. This ain't the spot. I'm going to share with you processes in this tune, processes for learning a tune, principles, and all that stuff. So here's what I suggest you do to get the most value out of this experience. If you can't stick around, that's fine. What I do want you to do is, if you find value, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Do that. Those are free things that you could do to support the channel. Also, I don't know what else I got. You can leave a comment. You can ask questions. There's about a 20-second delay from when I say something and you actually hear it. What's up, Tiny is in the building. One of the greatest pocket scientists, bass heads that continues to support. So I want to tell you, I got to find the comment here that inspired this. I woke up this morning and doom scrolled as we do, and got this great comment, and can't find the comment, and I'm not going to waste time with the comment. But somebody said that their mentor was having them learn this song, God Is My Everything by the Chicago Mass Choir. I'm not familiar with the tune, but I'm going to work through learning the tune, and you're going to learn a lot of stuff in this stream. Again, if you're impatient, don't leave me comments talking about, you talk too much, you talk too much, you talk for 3 minutes and you're... Somebody left a comment like that yesterday, and I kind of snapped back a little bit because that's what I do sometimes. I've taken a lot of lessons in the past, and I'll give Anthony Wellington as an example. Sometimes me and Anthony would have a lesson an hour long, and like the real nuggets, the real gold was like in the last 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes the last 5 minutes. And it'd be that one little thing that just changes everything for you. I know we live in this quick gratification society, but this ain't it. So I am also using a tool called Song Master Pro, which is linked in the description of this video. It is not a subscription. It is a one-time payment, but it is, in this man's opinion, in my informed opinion, the greatest software tool for learning music or learning whatever you want to learn, songs. Okay, so we're going to play it, and then I'm going to suss it out, okay? Because I don't know it, but here we go. I've taken the vocals out. So the first thing we have is this rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3. And why would I be telling you anything about rhythm first? Because bass is a rhythm instrument. Angelo Martin, what's happening? We are the link between rhythm and harmony. And I have seen so many bass players that can't even tap their foot. You can't play this instrument without having a sense of rhythm. It just simply does not happen. Rhythm. And also, I want to say something. I want to say it in a way I don't want to be offensive to anyone or anything like that. But there's this, you ever see the South Park episode where, I don't know any of the South Park characters, but when the black guy is playing the bass and they're like, of course you play bass, right? Now, here's a little opinion that I have. It is not based on any fact. It is my opinion. Is rhythm, why a lot of, I don't know how I want to word this. You know what? Rhythm is tribal. It's African. African roots. right? I was going to say, this is why so many black guys play bass. I don't have my wording together, and maybe I shouldn't go down that rabbit hole, but it is rhythmic, right? And, like I think, you guys can come at me in the comments if you want to. Like, guitar is more of a cerebral thing than a rhythmic thing. You know what? Let me stop because I'm not making any sense, and maybe I need to take some time to think about that. Was his name? Okay. South Park. I never really got into the show, but I see clips, all the time, and I'm like, damn, that's funny. How did they get away with that? Here we go. Now the guitar is going to come in. Let's talk about what's going on there. The first thing I want to talk about is the key. All right? The key. Write this down. Again, if you don't have time, don't be complaining about, because you're getting a free lesson here. Free 99, right? First port of call. A lot of this gospel stuff is in flat keys. That's a nugget for you right there. A lot of this stuff, a lot of gospel is in flat keys. Why do you think so many gospel cats play 5-string bass? Or they tune down to E flat. A lot of this stuff is in flat keys. So, before I get into number 2. So, we got all these shiny objects. Everybody's telling you this tip, this hack. Blah, 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 blah. If you want to play gospel, and I tell you that a lot of gospel is in the key of E flat, what key do you think that you should probably get under your fingers? E flat. Huh? So let's look at E flat as it sits on this instrument. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of different ways. Is it 𝗗𝗘𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗣𝗧𝗜𝗢 Outdoors? Welcome. So here's E flat, right? I'm going to play E flat in the standard, But we're not going to stop there, because if I play this, I just played on 3 strings, but got 2 strings left. There's a 2-octave E flat major scale. Alternately, okay, now let's talk about the pentatonic. This is point number 2. The pentatonic scale is one of the most used, and I'm talking about either major or minor, is probably the most used scale in Western music. And in this gospel tradition, you are going to find the major pentatonic a lot. So now that we looked at the scale, looking at all the scale tones, now we're going to look at the pentatonic scale in 2 different ways. But a lot of times you are not, and you'll see when I start exploring this guitar part, that's still only 1 octave, but we got on 3 strings, but we have 2 other strings left. So we cannot neglect the other strings, because those other strings have notes that belong to that scale. So that's all of the pentatonic notes of E flat pentatonic in that one position. Now let's look at another way to approach that pentatonic scale, and this shape shows up all the time. I swear on everything I love. Now, somewhere else at another time, I will show you the 5 positions of a pentatonic scale. Right now, we're only talking about 1. That happens to be E flat pentatonic, major pentatonic. Okay? Why would we learn? Why on earth would we learn the guitar part? Huh? Hey, that's okay. So I have a comment here saying it's all Greek to me. That's okay, because at one time it was all Greek to me as well. Okay? At a certain time, it was all Greek to everyone. All right? So, again, watch, bookmark this. There's some things I want to say this to you. I want to say this to you real quick. Again, if you are impatient, this ain't the place for you. Grab some coffee. Get yourself a groove mug. This design has changed over the years. We got different ones. But anyway, listen. Grab some coffee and enjoy yourself. One thing I tell people in person when I teach or online is that I'm going to say a thing to you sometimes and you ain't going to get it right now. You're not going to get it. You're not going to, like the preacher said, you'll get it on the way home. There have been things that have clicked with me later, and I'm like, damn, such and such said that. I heard that this place. And it starts to connect, right? You don't have to get everything all at once. So learning this guitar part, what am I doing? I say it all the time. You got to use your voice. Don't nobody make that into a GIF. A GIF. Is it a GIF or a GIF? You got to use your voice. Bass players are far too scared to use their voice. So what is happening now? 1 and 2 and rhythm is in my the rhythm is in my body. Also vocalizing. So now what's in here and here gets here. Not trying to bend my hands to my will. It all becomes one. So this now becomes a part of this, right? Lefty Bass Covers is in the building. So right there, I'm making a decision. I'm making a decision on how can I approach that, right? Why? Tiny, thanks for the super chat. In gospel settings, sometimes the bass player will be expected to play what is called a 𝗗𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗜𝗢𝗡 or a soli line, meaning together, right, with the guitar player. Ken's Out Outdoor says, hi, Lefty. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. I am left-handed. Shit you not. I am left-handed, friends. One time when I was a child, but I grew up in a time when people didn't want you to use your left hand. So I spent a lot of time doing things as a right-handed person, including this. But so what am I? So let's now dissect what is being played here. Okay. I showed you that major pentatonic. If this is 1, this is 2. 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. Okay? Boom, boom, that bump. Boom, boom, that bump. You know where you hear that at? Then the next thing is connections, right? Type in the chat if you know where that groove comes from. So that right there can turn into a little etude that you can do for yourself. Now, if I see that there, where else can I play that? Okay, let's examine the rest of that line. I'm kind of hearing G flat there. Or it could be the 2. Now 4, because if this is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this slide back to 3. When you start making these connections, you can start figuring things out faster and on your own. The goal of this channel is to make bass make sense and to not give you a fish, but a fishing rod. You can tell that I don't fish. So there we are with that. We're in E flat. We got E flat pentatonic. 𝗗𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗜𝗢 from Paris. What's happening? Get that bottle of water, baby. Let's go. I see Lefty Bass Covers is saying it reminds me of a German song from, is it 𝗗𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗜𝗢𝗡? So I hope that makes sense. E flat major pentatonic. And then we use our context clues to put this thing together. All right. I got 17 people looking and only 7 likes. Travesty. Hit that like button. Don't cost you anything. Now we're going to examine the bass line. They are staying on the 1. What does staying on the 1 mean? I know this is old news for some people and new news for others. On the 1, we are in the key of E flat. E flat is the root. E flat is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 1. We're on one. We're staying on one in this section of the song, just driving on one. Boom. Okay? I want to slow it down just a little bit and make sure I got the right notes. Also, I talk about groove architecture all the time. That's one groove. Boom. What do we know? We already know that E flat is 1. We don't have to decide. We don't have to guess. Nothing. We know that E flat is 1. Okay? Now, let's figure out the rest of what's being played in that groove. 1, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is a 1 measure groove that's being looped over time. Boom. Bam. Now, da, boom, da. What note is that? Okay. Boom. Da. I don't give a shit how crazy I sound when I do this. My poor mother, when I was growing up, Ted, turn that down. I put my headphones on and my mother I grew up in a shotgun house where she, if you ever been to New Orleans, every room is straight back. And she's like, and I would be with my bass and because that's how you learn. Let's examine what note. What does that note, how is that note related to this E flat? We're nowhere in E flat. Here's E flat. Here's E flat. And then there's that note. That is the minor third, or minor 10th. What does that mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But instead of it being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, major 10th, it's a minor 10th. Okay? Rewind, bookmark that part, and come back to it. C. What does C have to do with E flat? Now, this is a little bit more cerebral, where, if you get a shape, I don't care what the groove is, being able to physically play it is obviously important, and that's the first thing. Remember, if you can play it, can you hear it? Can you see it? Can you explain it? When you get to that explaining part, that's when you start looking at, what does this note have to do with that note? How does it relate to the other note? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 6. Sorry. There's the first part of the groove. And I'm telling you, I don't know this song. I've never played this song at all in my life. Never. I don't think I've ever heard this song. Allie on bass is in the house. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. It's actually a 2-bar groove because the next part is in bar 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, now let's figure out the next part of the groove. Learning scales for the sake of learning scales is absolutely 100% a waste. Learning scales, I'm gonna just say it. Learning scales simply for the sake of learning scales is like learning your alphabet and not being able to form a sentence. It's nonsensical. It is what it is. I said what I said. I said what I said. Boom. What did I do? First thing I did. Ball. Where's that note? And because I know E flat, I know E flat pentatonic, I know that that's where I am. Ball. You dig? Boom. Boom, dump, that up. I think that's what I heard. Boom, dump, that up. Boom. Okay? So, let me show you. Let's first see. Boom, deep, do, deep. Okay? Boom, 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 boom. So it's actually going from 1 to 4. From 1 to 4. Why am I making that assessment? Why am I making that assessment? Here's why. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Does this make sense what I'm saying? God, I hope so. Because that was a nugget. One thing, use my voice. And now when I'm hearing those chord changes, this is why I make this decision. 1, 4, that 4, you know how you hear all this stuff about triads? That's an A flat major triad. Okay? God, this got to be touching somebody's spirit. I swear for God. Hallelujah. Okay. Boom. Boom. These kinds of drives, okay, are commonplace in gospel music. Here's the thing. First of all music is one music. All music is one music. It's all made of the same stuff. Just like the same, in my shando, the same words that I'm speaking they all come from the same 26 letters of the alphabet. That's something I stole from Victor Wooten, who is a fucking genius. Excuse me. So now I'm going to use this software tool, Songmaster Pro. I'm going to play it. You know what? Let me slow it down. Let me slow it down first. And I'm going to mute everything but the drums. Now I'm going to take it, I'm going to break up. Did up 1, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 3, 4, 1. But what if that was in the key of A? What if that was in the key of A? How would I take the information that I just learned and move it? Well, A is here, and I said the other note, I said it was 1. 1. Sorry. Okay. Am I using nickel strings? Yeah, I always use nickel strings. Actually, these strings are the Dunlop hybrid strings, which is like a steel inner core wrapped in nickel. I don't know if you guys have ever had a nickel allergy. I had a really, really bad nickel allergy for a couple of years. And I would touch the strings and I would just get blisters, and it was horrible. So let's bring it up to tempo. So let me be clear about what I did just now. Let me be very clear about what I did. I took the intervals 1 minor 10th, 1 6. Okay? And then the 4 chord 1 3 5 3. Okay? And then I use my context clues to take that into an It's not that, listen, I mean this. The modern bass player, the modern bass enthusiast is inundated with information. What I intend to give you are systems. Systems that you can use so that you can teach yourself. And I don't say that to put down any other creators. There are so many great people doing the Lord's work in the bass community. But I'm just saying what I've endeavored to do with this channel from the beginning is to give you systems that you can use. And the best way for me to do that is tell you what my process is as I learn a song in real time for you. Then you can take it and apply it for yourself. And also, this shit is free. Excuse me. Y'all know I get silly on Fridays. Okay, so let's bring other stuff in and we'll bring it up to tempo. Bring it up to tempo. Here we go. Nothing fancy, nothing extra, just the groove. That's it. Let me stay on this for just one more second. So I'm using one position here. Let's say I wanted to do another position. So 1. This is what a lot of folks do. They'll be fishing for these notes, right? Because they don't have an understanding of the scale. I'm going to tell you right now, I think that this is the best place to play this. And the reason for that is that it is all right there under my fingers. It's in one place. So there's no unnecessary shifting. And one thing about music, when you have to play up-tempo grooves, you want to have the most efficient fingering you can, because you don't want to be going, unnecessarily all around the neck. Okay, so if I move that and I looked at E flat this way, I could do this. But look at how much shifting has to happen to do that. Sorry. As opposed to you understand? Okay. Let's listen to some more of the tune, but in 36 minutes, man, there's been a lot of good information shared here. And let's see what else he does. I'm going to bring the guitar back in. Listen how those things sit together. Listen to how they sit together. This, my friends, is pocket science. Boom, 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 boom. What was that? Boom, 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 boom. What was that? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. And it's going to make so much sense, I swear for God. Same thing I just did. Right? That's a walk up. Right? It's just giving more movement. 1, 2, 3, sharp. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 4, sharp 4, 5. I swear, I hope that made sense to someone. All right. 1, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5. That movement you see in all sorts of songs: jazz, funk, blues, gospel. Let's move on. Let's move on. Noah Official 24. Very cool thumbnail pic. So what do we have there? Now we're just driving. Let's see. I think he goes to 4 here. To 4. Boom, 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 boom. Right? We're going to 4. We're going to 4. I'm telling you, if you're just joining right now, grab a beverage, hang out with me, learn the process. It ain't rocket science, it's pocket science, baby. That's what we talking about. Okay? All of this stuff is doable. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. That's blues. That's rock and roll. And that common shape. Boy, I'm doing the Lord's work today. Hallelujah. This is going to bless a bass player. I'm trying to tell you. Lord have mercy. Let my coffee get cold. Watch this. That is 1, 3, 5, 6. That shape. Let's move it to a different key. Let's move it to B flat. That shape. Where else would I get delivered if you're near? Lose all self-control, baby, just can't steal. Wheels get locked in place. Stupid look on my face. Comes to making a pass, pretty mama. I just can't win the race, cause I get there. I get there. If you think I'm nasty, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm the kind of love that the more you scream, the nastier I get. I'm just on it, so watch me dance. Let me look at you in your face when I say this. All music is one music. When you are learning your scales with some sort of direction, and then you start putting these things together, I don't care what it is you want to learn. I don't care what groove it is you want to learn. As a matter of fact, if you seek out a private teacher and you have done some work on your own, you can go to that teacher with a list of questions. Let me explain what I'm talking about. Again, for you for impatient people, this is not even the channel for you, because sometimes when I'm doing live streams like this, I'm gonna give you what I got. When I first started taking lessons, I didn't know what I didn't know. So I just went and was kind of sent on whatever mission, right? As I matured in my ears and my hands and things like that, and I sought out teachers, right? Uriah Duffy, I don't know if you've heard of Uriah. Uriah Duffy is a good friend of mine now, but before I knew him, I just knew that he was one of the best bass players in my area, and I wanted to take a lesson with him. But I wanted to go to the lesson with an agenda. I wanted to say, hey, here are some burning questions that I have about this instrument. And there's things that you do that I like. Can you explain X, Y, and Z to me? Okay. I hope that made sense. But okay, let's. He did that. There's that walk up, that chromatic walk up that is so common in bass playing. going up to the 4. Same thing. Right? Five. Went to 5. B flat. Same. And right now, the basis of this is triads. Okay? At every chord, in order to have a chord, you need 3 or more notes. Every chord has some sort of a triad on the bottom, whether it be a major triad or a minor triad, which is what we see most often. The nuances, the feel, and the inflections that he's playing, that is not what I'm so concerned about at this moment. Let's bring the guitar in. Woo! Okay, so now we're hearing some other stuff. Let's explore what that other stuff is. Boom. That's 3. And then he winds up on 6. Three, 6, okay? This is a turnaround. What does a turnaround mean? It means it's turning things around. Okay, I'm going to now examine all of the notes that he's playing in this section. This is where you want to grab your popcorn. If you haven't subscribed at this point, oh man, I can't find my little effects thing. That ain't what I want. I got...
Shame.
That's it.
Shame. Shame.
Okay. All right. I had some voice effects that I used to have in. I don't know. Oh, there they are. If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what's wrong with you. Okay. Enough of that silliness. That's the first line we're going to look at. Boom, doom, 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 doom. Because this is the first chord section, or chord, what am I looking for? What word? What word am I looking for? A different chord change that we're talking about. There we go. I want to zoom this out some. Boom. What is that? That's what I'm hearing. Hang on a second. What I'm hearing there on this G7 chord, G, okay, now we're gonna 1, 6, 7, chromatic 1. This is why, look, back in the olden days, in the dark ages, we ruined our tapes and our records and our cassettes and all, well, tapes and cassettes, same thing. Now we have software like Songmaster, which is linked below, that we can use. We can loop sections and get them under our fingers. So this is how you study bass lines. When I was in college, studying bass line, studying the master, studying who came before. Autumn Leaves, 2 bars. Studying what was happening in that 2 bars. So then you that becomes your own vocabulary. Ah. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I don't like doing that with my ring finger, so. Also, there's a tip about the lower positions of the bass. Use a 1, 2, 4 fingering, right? It'll help you out. This bass is 34 inches long. 34, I think it's 34.5 or something like that. But anyway, this has come to be a size that I am comfortable with. I'm only 5'7", don't have particularly large hands. Two, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So there's the play part. Can you play it multiple times, right? 2. Now I'm being silly. Finding other places to do it. Finding other contacts. Now we're on the C chord. C minor. Going to that 5 of there's that shape again, right? 5. Okay? I'm going to shrink this and speed it up some. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the roots. It'll make sense in a second. One, 4, 4, 5, back to 1, 3, 6, 4, 5, back to 1, 4, and then it's going to start again. So the deal here, we're almost at an hour, so I am going to have to hop off. But what my goal with this was, again, was to give you some processes, some systems for learning whatever. Today, it just happens to be a gospel tune. For you, it could be a funk tune. It could be a yacht rock tune. It could be whatever, right? Whatever. I can tell you that right now, I'm not afraid to play with anyone. Will there be stuff that makes me sweat? Absolutely. Absolutely. If somebody gave me a call today and said, "Hey man, can you do a gig tomorrow?" Yeah, man. No sweat. No problem. Set list? No, we don't have a set list. Because these systems have worked for decades for me. And not just me, they've worked for scores of musicians all over the planet. And this is why I say it ain't rocket science, it's pocket science. We are inundated with information. You can learn any bass line that you want, any groove that you want. You just need systems, okay? That's one of the things that I do over at TEDtalksBass.com. We have community, we have a video library, and a weekly live call when you get to ask questions of me directly. You have direct access to me. Yes, it is a membership, and there's a 7-day free trial. It is at TEDtalksBass.com. And if you have customer service issues, you know who you get? Me. I'm the guy that you talk to, okay? Also, somewhere in the description of this video, there will be a Google form. This Google form is because I, from time to time, pick people to give a free 45-minute to an hour lesson. Did I say free? I said free. You and me, one-on-one. You fill out the form, enter into the rotation. I hit you up, right? I send you an email and I say, here's the link for you to schedule your one-on-one lesson. All right? I got to go return some calls, get ready for the rest of the day. I hope that this has been impactful for you, and I will catch you in the next one. Remember that using tab is a leading cause of early onset dementia. So I've heard, but it ain't rocket science. It's pocket science. Thanks for spending time with me today. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. 2 fingers.